from the unhappy barbarism of the one and licentiousness of the other. My enemies, you know, and I own even sometimes my friends, have reproached me with the love of paradoxes and singular opinions, and I expect to be exposed to the same imputation on account of the character which I have here given of your Douglas. I shall be told, no doubt, that I had artfully chosen the only time when this high esteem of that piece could be regarded as a paradox, to wit, before its publication, and that not being able to contradict in this particular the sentiments of the public, I have at least resolved to go before them. But I shall be amply compensated for all these pleasantries if you accept this testimony of my regard and believe me to be, with the greatest sincerity, Dear Sir, Edinburgh, the 3rd of January, 1757, your most affectionate friend and humble servant, David Hume. The Natural History of Religion. Introduction. As every inquiry which regards religion is of the utmost importance, there are two questions in particular which challenge our attention, to wit, that concerning its foundation in reason and that concerning its origin in human nature. Happily, the first question, which is the most important, admits of the most obvious, at least the clearest solution. The whole frame of nature bespeaks an intelligent author, and no rational enquirer can, after serious reflection, suspend his belief a moment with regard to the primary principles of genuine theism and religion. But the other question concerning the origin of religion in human nature is exposed to some more difficulty. The belief of invisible intelligent power has been very generally diffused over the human race, in all places and in all ages, but it has neither perhaps been so universal as to admit of no exception, nor has it been, in any degree, uniform in the ideas which it has suggested. Some nations have been discovered who entertained no sentiments of religion, if travellers and historians may be credited, and no two nations, and scarce any two men, have ever agreed precisely in the same sentiments. It would appear, therefore, that this preconception springs not from an original instinct or primary impression of nature, such as gives rise to self-love, affection between the sexes, love of progeny, gratitude, resentment, since every instinct of this kind has been found absolutely universal in all nations and ages, and has always a precise determinate object, which it inflexibly pursues. The first religious principles must be secondary, such as may easily be perverted by various accidents and causes, and whose operation, too, in some cases, may, by an extraordinary concurrence of circumstances, be altogether prevented. What those principles are, which give rise to the original belief, and what those accidents and causes are, which direct its operation, is the subject of our present inquiry. Section 1. That polytheism was the primary religion of men. It appears to me that if we consider the improvement of human society from rude beginnings to a state of greater perfection, polytheism, or idolatry, was, and necessarily must have been, the first and most ancient religion of mankind. This opinion I shall endeavour to confirm by the following arguments. It is a matter of fact incontestable that about 1700 years ago all mankind were polytheists. The doubtful and sceptical principles of a few philosophers, or the theism, and that too not entirely pure, of one or two nations, form no objection worth regarding. Behold, then, the clear testimony of history. The farther we mount up into antiquity, the more do we find mankind plunged into polytheism. No marks, no symptoms of any more perfect religion. The most ancient records of human race still present us with that system as the popular and established creed. The North, the South, the East, the West give their unanimous testimony to the same fact. What can be opposed to so full an evidence?